Ready.
Yeah.
Chris Hipkins.
Mr Speaker, I'm very pleased to see this bill progressing through the House at a reasonably steady pace this evening, and I'm pleased to see the introduction of the new powers in the Act, or on the bill as it is, which will become an Act, that allow local authorities to require building owners to have proper inspections done following an event such as an earthquake. Mr Speaker, it's a sad thing to say, but there have been reports from reports of some pretty disgraceful behaviour by a small number of building owners following this most recent earthquake. The idea that a building owner could walk through a building and say that they had deemed that it was safe and tell their tenants that they had deemed that it was safe isn't good enough. And actually one of the responsibilities of being a landowner and a building owner is making sure that that property is safe. And after an earthquake, very few people actually have the appropriate skills and knowledge to be able to undertake those detailed assessments. And it is only right that they bring in those people who do to make sure that the building is safe. And I want to make an observation based on some of the comments that I've heard. And that is that no two earthquakes are the same. And so the fact that a building stood up during one earthquake is no guarantee that it's going to stand up during the next one, because earthquakes are located in different places, they move in different directions, they have different effects. And so to say that a building withstood a great earthquake at some given time and therefore it'll be fine, that's simply not the case. Earthquakes don't behave that way. Every one of them is different. And so therefore there may well be that after each quake the building has to be re-inspected, because we don't actually know what the particular effect on that building is going to be of different quakes. So I think we've got to err on the side of caution, and therefore it is one of the costs of being a building owner. So I acknowledge the legitimate concerns that people have raised about the potential for significant cost to building owners in a case such as this. Unfortunately, that's simply the cost of the line of business that they are in. When an earthquake like that happens, they have a responsibility to ensure their buildings are safe, and they should be getting in the appropriate expertise in order to do that. And the cold, hard reality of it is if a landlord is so badly capitalised that the costs of getting building inspections following an earthquake brings into question their viability as a landlord, then they're in the wrong business. They should actually get out and make sure that the building is taken over by someone who is in the position to do that. Because ultimately, if something goes wrong, yes, we've got health and safety laws that suggest that that landlord would be liable if something went wrong. It's too late by then. We've got a responsibility to act before something goes wrong to ensure that people are safe. So these provisions are welcome. To be honest, I was quite surprised that we didn't have such provisions like this in the law in the first place. And so I welcome the fact that they are being inserted into the Act, and I don't intend to delay the bill's passage any further.